We go to Andrew Simmons over in Athens where, the debt's not gone away, obviously, but it's been overtaken, if you like, by the political story now.
Most certainly, Kamal. We're waiting now for the names of a new administration. George Papandreou, we all know, is resigning. That has not physically taken place yet, but we're waiting for the names. And we've heard that George Papandreou has been on the phone to Angela Merkel, the German Chancellor, assuring her that the ratification of the agreement in Brussels, October the 27th, for the bailout, which will release the tranche of money to stop this country from going bankrupt within a matter of weeks, will take place. But there's a lot to do before then in installing this government with a vote of confidence and then moving on from there. With me is a political analyst, Mr. Efthimios Tsiliopoulos. Thank you very much for joining us. Now, let's take a look at this so-called caretaker administration. Everyone is saying that it's going to be full of technocrats, and Lucas Papademos is the favourite to be Prime Minister. Tell me something about him, and is he really a safe, assured bet?
Well, Lucas Papademos is a former governor of the Bank of Greece. During the Simitis administration, you have to remember, during the Simitis administration, and according to Eurostat, is when all the trade-offs between the swaps, the bond swaps, took place, which is iffy in its own, on its own. He was also the advisor, fiscal advisor to Xenophon Zolotas, the historic head of the Bank of Greece.
And not only that, of course, he was vice president of the European Central Bank, which is a key factor. But is he safe hands as far as the Eurozone leaders are concerned? And let's face it, they're watching the clock go by now, wondering whether this can all happen in the
There is a little bit of a controversy here because he's been outspoken against the reduction of 50% or even less for the private investors of Greek sovereign bonds, something which, of course, Angela Merkel and other European leaders were in favor of. So in that term, although he's a very mild and soft-spoken person, he has a lot of friends in Brussels, he has a lot of friends throughout the European Union, there is that hinge, whether or not he is supportive of the package as it has shaped up. Of course, having to take over as the new Prime Minister, he'll have to pass this.
A lot of decisions being made as we speak in high places. What about the rest of the makeup of this cabinet? Is it going to be truly non-partisan? Can you actually envisage this administration being a sort of non-party political administration, a colossal new era for Greece? And is it going to be that simple?
Well, of course, the New Democracy Party wanted it to be totally non-partisan. Of course, this seems very unrealistic. PASOK did not want it to be totally non-partisan for the simple reason that people who are already on the boat have to somehow steer. Somebody has to be there who already knows and has gone through the paces of what has happened and can reassure European leaders that they know what they're following and they will follow it through the end. So far, it seems that Evangelos Venizelos, the current Chief of Finance, is the Minister of Finance, will stay on. Although it's hard to see how New Democracy will stomach this without somebody next to him as a watchdog on their part. New Democracy, of course, wanted to distance themselves from, or any of their members, from taking shots or taking shrapnel from the side effects of the very harsh measures that are envisaged by this New Deal.
Efthimios Tsiliopoulos, thank you very much indeed for that. And as you hear there, it isn't quite as straightforward as some are making out, as Greeks, already suffering great hardship with all of the measures taken, the austerity measures taken, are now facing a new era which they move into with a degree of caution.
Lots of caution all around, I think, isn't it? Andrew Simmons live in the Greek capital, Athens. Thank you.